A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings. 2 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in week 3. A fairly short kick from the 14. Scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now. To throw, Cousins. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. The Vikings are 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL. Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Cousins swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Cousins gives way to Cook. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. Flushed out right. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
And him running the football is not something that defenses spend a lot of time preparing for. But this guy has a survival instinct and a knack for knowing when exactly to do it.
From the red zone now, Cousins. It's caught on the right side at Smith. Touchdown! Irv Smith Jr., his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Joseph connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. first down throw, Tannehill. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in.
A gain of 14. First down,
first carry for DeAndre Swift. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
At the 45-yard line.
Tannehill now to throw. Open here, Adam Thielen. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 44-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now, Tannehill. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 28. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. On first down, Tannehill. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try to pick up another first down.
Back to the running game with Swift. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And this belongs to the Vikings. Partner, on my spot sheets, I highlighted turnover margin because we remember they turned it over 4 times. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Here's Tannehill. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
On 2nd and 9, Tannehill. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now Tannehill. And he'll get this into the hands of Swift once again. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a fourth down?
And now a sneak, Tannehill. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed he did not. They stop him. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
But what they're seeking with an RPO is space for the receiver to make a catch and then make a play downfield, but there wasn't any space available, thus the incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. From the gun, here's Cousins. He'll get this complete to Jalen Reagor. Room here to run. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 35-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 31 yards. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Throwing is Cousins. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. But it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll throw again. Cousins. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Fourth down, Cousins. He's got this complete to Williams. And he is going to pick up the Vikings' first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Now Cousins. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Back to the ground, Cook. Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Vikings go up by 2 touchdowns. Joseph connects on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hand.
Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Chandon Sullivan, and he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
He talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. Here's first and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. It's Cousins on the sneak, and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Kirk Cousins with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Vikings will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Joseph connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. Here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Chandon Sullivan. And the Vikings will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Well, Charles, you're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, it might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting...
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Mike Hughes. And the Lions are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them, because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. On play action, Tannehill. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, Tannehill. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. The final shot here before the break. Tannehill lets it fly for Thielen. And that is incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with the Vikings on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result had he opted for the touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any one of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
And, Charles, this infraction is going to be against the offense. False start.
Sometimes you have to get up to the line of scrimmage, make sure your team is set before you begin your cadence.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he's going to be taken down, but flags all over the field, and I don't think this is going to stand. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Now Tannehill. That is caught by Thielen. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So after the big play, look at this. All the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Tannehill. Adam Thielen, back-to-back catches. And the Lions are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just did the tip of the ball across the plane. He's not going to...
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Ryan Tannehill scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Lions take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Powers through him. Oh, he sheds himself free. And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Cousins. It's caught. Smith. 2 yards on the pickup there, and that'll bring up second down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge, maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out, you can run wide receiver routes with him, you can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
He's airing it out for Williams. And, oh, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and that'll bring up 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get into that big frame and hope he could scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. Now Cousins on 4th down. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. On the move past the 40. Still on his feet. Touchdown, Vikings! That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but result, big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
defense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Try and run here. Interesting call there. They went for 2 even after the penalty from the 7-yard line. It didn't pay off.
I think the first thought is to go ahead and kick the extra point, but you're not kicking it from the 7-yard line.
Yeah,
because
right? you get pushed 5 back on the PAT as well.
Right, so they have to take it from the 15 to administer the penalty. So now you're kicking it around 40 yards. So I understand why they probably went for 2 there. They thought they had a better play and a better chance in that situation.
Greg Joseph to kick off for Minnesota.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions. It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. He's got a man complete. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years, and the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Adam Thielen from 13 yards out. And the Lions are able to cut into that deficit. So, Charles, they had him double covered in the end zone. It still was not enough.
I wonder if they're thinking to themselves now, 2 didn't work. Do we go for 3 guys on him next time? Because he fought through all that extra attention, got himself into a great position where his quarterback felt confident enough to challenge the coverage and threw it his way. What a big-time play right there, both by the quarterback trusting him and by him going up and getting it.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
On 2nd and 9, Cousins. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Amani Oruwariye. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Once again, it's Swift. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Jet sweep, here comes Chark. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. DJ Chark, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Lions have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Lions 21. Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
First down 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, it's very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping Chili on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, you picked up the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again. Well, that is certainly a deflator right there defensively. Their guys just came off of a touchdown drive. They're back in the game, and then bam, they give up a touchdown one play later. How about that?
And the momentum, which seemingly had shifted the other direction, thought we might be seeing a comeback. That momentum right back the other way.
Well, that is certainly not complimentary football that we saw right there. The defense is supposed to help their offense, not give up another touchdown.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
On 2nd and 10, Tannehill lets it fly for Thielen. That's caught inside the A big play there for Detroit. 64 yards. And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
We often talk about hang time for punts, but in this case, we should probably calculate the hang time on that throw because that one hung up there for a long time and managed to keep going and going until it found its target.
Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. Yeah, that throw, my goodness, and even 70 yards through the air. On second and goal, Tannehill looking for Hockenson, and he's got him. Touchdown, Detroit. 4 yards on the touchdown grab, and the Lions have got it back to within a score. Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. And the lead will shrink to 6.
Makes the score Vikings 34, Lions 28.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Here's Cousins. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation.
Our defense is worried that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Over the middle, complete. It's Osborne. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Touchdown, Vikings! Jamison Williams with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Vikings look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Well, not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Joseph connects on the extra point, and the lead now stands at 13. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. Lets it fly for Thielen. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10. They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
third down. Tannehill. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And I think we'll probably see him go for it here on fourth down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
Desperation time for Tannehill on fourth down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Lions turned away on fourth down. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. First down, here's the run with Cook. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And we're going to get another timeout called by the Lions. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. They go play action. Cousins. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Aiden Hutchinson in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And the Lions are right back in this football game.
That's a beautiful read there by the safety. It's zone coverage, so he's just going to sit back and watch. He knows he can't get beat deep because he has the end line to protect it. So he can react to everything in front of him, and he makes a great break on the football and comes down with the interception.
After the interception, here's Tannehill. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And able to work his way down to the 16. 73 yards on the ground for him so far.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I can be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Smith. And the Vikings are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
They'll run with Cook, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter.
The Vikings will line up for the 2-point conversion.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Joseph now to have the PAT. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20.
Makes the score Vikings 48, Lions 28.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds they've had. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Vikings are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Cousins throw there, taken in by Smith. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
But Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
I have no idea what the top speed is on all those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one. Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Minnesota, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Seattle Seahawks.